Hey there, what's going on, you guys? This is Jake with the Nerds Up Best channel. Unfortunately, I could not find the time today to film in my actual room, my set, and so I'm just filming these reviews back to back in my car. So without further ado, let's get started with my review of Early Man. Now, Early Man comes to us from director Nick Park, who is responsible for the Chicken Run movie, Wallace and Gromit, all those clay movies that you like. He probably made them. Now, this is a stop-motion clay animated movie with incredible voice work from Eddie Redmayne, Tom Hiddleston, and Maisie Williams. And this is a caveman movie about these cavemen that are trying to adjust themselves to a new age where they play football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. Football is what it's called in this movie. And they're playing football, and so once Eddie Redmayne's character, Doug, stumbles upon their homeland, Tom Hiddleston's character is trying to get rid of all the cavemen because they're sort of dying out. It is getting to be extinct, and they want the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, to become the normal way of life, and they want the cavemen, they don't want anything to do with the cavemen, so yeah. So they challenge them to this big football game, and that's the point of the movie. That's the whole movie. And I thought this movie was fine. I really don't think I'm going to remember this next week. It's a pretty basic animated movie that you've seen before. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have too much depth to it. There's a cute message for kids, but other than that, I don't really think this movie is for anybody. It is for kids, for sure. But I just felt like the message in this movie was basic. The whole plot of the movie overall you've seen before. The coolest aspect of this movie is the claymation. It's a dying art form and it's unfortunate, but when you make these movies and they're so costly to make and they don't make as much money at all at the box office, as much as Early Man I'm sure is not going to make any money, and it's unfortunate, and I don't think it's worth the artistic, creative work that these people probably put into this movie. It's just not worth it when they're not seeing any profit. So I feel like it's unfortunate that this art form is dying, but we can enjoy these movies as best we can, and I thought this movie was enjoyable. But take something like Kubo and the Two Strings, for example. That was a phenomenal movie that was done in stop motion, and it just so happened to be a stop motion movie. That wasn't like the drive behind the movie. I felt like that movie had an incredible plot with great characters. This movie had solid characters, enjoyable comedy, but really forgettable and basic and generic and something that you've seen 100 times before. That's not to say that this movie's bad. I think people will enjoy this movie, and I think if you go check it out, you'll have a great time, but I really don't think this is much more than anything you've seen in the last decade, and this easily could have been like a live action or a Disney movie. It could have been anything, and it's unfortunate that I have to say that because this movie is very masterfully made. What did you guys think of Early Man? I know it sounds like I trashed this movie, but I really didn't. I just felt like it was a basic movie in a time where basic movies just don't cut it anymore, and you're gonna have to go above and beyond if you want to make a great movie and a successful, financially great one. So that's kind of how I felt about Early Man. I just felt like it was a basic movie in a time where movies can't really be basic anymore, unfortunately. But if you check it out, let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.